Welcome to another edition of Don't Mess with Texas, Volume 1, Part 22. This is going to be a guy from the Telford unit, and from his court papers and other sources, I gleaned the following information that I'm going to read to you guys. Before we get started, as usual, I got my motherfucking shank ready to ride. I went to the store this morning, the 7-Eleven up on Illinois and Lancaster. There was a car just stopped right at the red light. I'm behind this motherfucker. So finally he drive off. We stop at another red light. Now I'm beside it. Old ass fucking dude and an old woman in there. They smoking crack in the car. I'll be damned. Crack smokers every goddamn where. On the bus, walking, riding bicycles, running, they every damn where. But we ain't gonna worry about it. Let's ride. On April 21st, 1995, Porter began serving a 45-year sentence for first-degree murder. Porter had shot a 40-year-old white male transit 2 times in the head with a .25 caliber pistol and dumped his body in a water well. He expressed no remorse for the murder and thought he had done society a favor. James Scott Porter, a 33-year-old white male, was voluntarily executed by lethal injection at the state penitentiary in Huntsville, Texas, on January 4, 2005. Porter was found guilty of the 2000 murder of Rudy Delgado, a 40-year-old Hispanic male. Porter, who was 28 years old when he committed the capital crime. Porter was serving prison time at the Telford unit in Bowie County, Texas, when in the prison day room he attacked Rudy Delgado, who was seated at a table. Porter struck Delgado with a rock sheathed in a pillowcase. Delgado, an inmate serving a 15-year sentence for molesting a boy, fell to the floor and lay helpless on the floor as Porter continued to budge in his face and head with the rock. When the pillowcase finally ripped, Porter stabbed him in the head and face with a shank. Porter then stomped on Delgado's head and face with steel-toe work boots before surrendering to a correctional officer. Delgado's face could not be recognized as that of a human. Porter confessed to the murder and in his written statement admitted that he had planned on killing someone for some time, and he had decided to use the rock and the shank the week before the murder. He admitted to picking his victim at random and taking 11 Dilaudid pills before the murder to help with the rush of killing someone. No one in particular. A Bowie County jury convicted Porter of capital murder and recommended the death penalty. Porter declined his federal appeal and did not request clemency. This goes to show you, it's not no guarantee that you're going to ever leave prison. It's not guaranteed. Now, he didn't kill him because of his rape of a child or molesting a child. He killed him because he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. If he would have stayed in his cell, he would have lived to fight another day. But that attack could have happened to any inmate who was sitting in the day room. That's why sometimes it pays to have, I understand why the game thing is. Because most likely if they were standing there and they wouldn't have never seen the shank and all he had was a rock and a pillowcase, they would have attacked him and got him off their homeboy. But Delgado had no help. And also, this happened on a homosexual cell block. Texas got two different type of classification. Protective custody in Texas is you single man cell, you locked away, you get 23 hours in the cell, 1 hour out. They got another status called safekeeping. Safekeeping minimum, safekeeping medium, safekeeping close custody. Now in that status, you do the same thing general population inmates do. You just do not go to rec with those inmates. No recreation with those inmates. And at some prisons, they don't allow them to eat in the same chow hall. They feed safekeeping, make them all eat the chow hall, then they start feeding general population. But you'll see those guys in the law library, at the hospital. You'll walk past them standing in the commissary line. So if you wanted to attack one of them, they're easy to get to. On another note, at Styles Unit, we had this real pretty black female lieutenant. This woman is a 10. She's so fucking pretty. All the black inmates shoot at her. She won't give you no play. Or she'll talk to you. And she'll let them jack off on her and all that shit. But nobody could actually corral her and say, hey, that's my old lady. Because everybody be trying to get the female guard where they can get some work brought in. Some guys get female guard, she don't bring work in, but she put money on his account. And it is ways to have sex with them, depends on how prison smart you are. But this lady wouldn't do shit. And one black guy jammed her up one day. Well, a black gang member jammed her up. She came out on the rec yard. Some incident had happened. And she was out there walking around. So she was real friendly. Hey, guys, how y'all doing today? So God said, hey, man, we see you all the time over there with the Hispanic inmates. What's up with that? Yeah, we got plenty of black dudes here got a life sentence. What's up? Oh, don't worry about my business. Okay, later on, what it was, she was bringing in work. I knew something was wrong because I'm the contraband king. Now, all of a sudden, these motherfuckers start popping up with all type of fucking work. Normally, they had to go through me. And she was working for the Mexican Mafia. They would bring the shit to her house in Beaumont. And by her being a lieutenant, she could slide right under the radar. And back then, they had to start searching guards at the front gate when they come in. Now they search the guards. They got to take their shoes and their belt. They can't bring a cell phone in. They got to have a clear bag that they can see through. Female guards can't bring their purse in. It's a plastic bag. It's a see-through bag. And they got to put whatever they're going to bring in that prison, they got to put it inside that bag. They instituted that policy to try to curtail the contraband coming in. Because at one time, CNN did a special on the Styles Unit. See, the inmates are getting the female guards pregnant. Inmates smoke weed, smoke crack, do anything, which it was. It was a wide open fucking unit. You wouldn't believe that's a maximum security prison. It was wide open. Just like every day was just like you was on the outside. No rules was enforced. The inmates kept the violence down. It was you know, the only way you would get everybody over there was on their money thing. So a lot of the bullshit it wasn't happening. You see a guy getting stomped out, it's basically behind cell phone or drugs or tobacco. He owes some money or some shit happened in the transaction. Well, anyway, this woman was making $1,000 off the Mexican Mafia. She bring the stuff to them in population, and the guys who work in administrative segregation, they would pass it on to the gang members who locked up in SAID. I couldn't, you know, you can't figure everything out, even though I was prison smart as a motherfucker. But I know something was wrong when all these guys started coming up with all this fucking work. They got cell phones out their ass and tobacco. Normally they over there humming and bumming and trying to make a deal with me. You know, What happened? She got too complacent, got too money hungry. She's supposed to have made a drop. She didn't do it. She kept the money, changed her address, moved to another spot. I noticed at the prison, I'd see her walking. I'd see the Hispanic inmate staring. You can tell a motherfucker eyes is pathway to his soul. I would look, damn, why they looking at the fucking pretty ass lieutenant like that? So they tracked her ass down. When she came home one day, they was in her house waiting on her. The guys from the outside. And they killed her ass. They brutalized that fucking woman. I'm talking about a brutal murder. You know, a lot of guards get hurt trying to swindle the inmates. Had a little white chick. Man, she pretty as a motherfucker. Man, she bring a little work in. What she was doing was wiring guys up. She know she was gonna quit. So she was ready to make a big drop. Telling all of them, man, I gotta make my Christmas money. So these fools was giving her thousands of fucking dollars. She ain't never showing up with the drop. So guy asked a little young black officer one day, where is she at? He said, man, she quit. Now she got everybody's money. Shit backfired on her. She came to turn her uniforms in. And she came on inside the prison, I guess, to get her last walk around. And she was walking with a sergeant. And they got right on her ass and the sergeant ass. But still, that don't return your money. You know, salt on the officer, you automatically go in there and say it. No if, buts, you go in there and say it. Also in Texas, if you convicted of murder, now this is what point I be trying to stress, where people be talking about gang members. Under the new system, they not running a goddamn thing. TDCJ got a trick for your ass. They doing everything they can to curtail the violence. If you on gang file and you kill somebody, that is capital murder. If you are serving a life sentence and you kill somebody, that is capital murder. If you are convicted of murder and in prison and kill another inmate, that is murder. We ain't even got to talk about killing a staff member. You know automatically you're going to get the death penalty, no probability. Now, sometimes instead of giving those guys a death penalty, they'll ask them, will they plea bargain for a life sentence? And that's life with no parole. But in most cases, they seek the death penalty to send a message to all the inmates. When you kill somebody in here and under those circumstances, your ass going to Pulaski Unit 12 building. That's death row in Texas. Okay, I gotta do some cleaning up this morning, and I had to stop in the middle of vacuuming the carpet to do this video. I still got my motherfucking shank. We're gonna ride later on again tonight or this evening. We ready at a moment's notice. And like and subscribe, and I appreciate you guys watching. If you ain't got no motherfucking shank, send me your email. I'll mail you a goddamn shank so we can do this thing. Because these motherfuckers coming out of the trees, they jumping off the damn city bus, off the damn train, they every goddamn where. So we're going to have to deal with them. Y'all have a good day, and hope you enjoy part 22. Thank you.